So good evening and welcome along to another big music show here on NVTV. Coming up on the show this week, we'll have live music from Conor Maley and Sonja Sleator, but starting things off, a man who's about to release a brand new album called Welcome To The Batlands. Here is Ethan Hanna.
Look at the mistakes I made. I don't wanna be perfect. Now you're saying, Mama, take me to church. I gotta see just how wrong I am. All of this being perfect can't be worth it. And I know your heart is beating a little slower now. Chest ain't what it used to be. It's a cave a little colder now. And I've known you now since we were 18. And your eyes don't shine so bright. So they painted a dream on you. They wanted you to sign it. Darling, if there's a place for us, we'll find it. Here's a tape I made. Follows all the mistakes I made. We could drive around, you could try it. Your hair's that golden storm that Cohen talked about. Your hands, they guided me when my soul found all its doubt. And I know you now that we're 23. We just don't have the light. Your hair's that golden storm that Cohen talked about. Your hands, they guided me when my soul found all its doubt. And I miss you now that we're 23. I think we might have lost our fight.
So that's a song called Perfect from Ethan Hanna, who joins me now in the studio. Ethan, how are you, sir?
Not too bad, how are you?
Very well, thank you. So tell us about the song Perfect. What's the story behind that?
Perfect's probably one of the older ones on the album. Story behind it, it actually started with only being half of another song that I couldn't finish, and I combined it with half of a different song, which sort of combined into the full thing. I think it's pretty clear if you listen to it, sort of what it's about, just more of a companionship thing. Not quite a love song, not quite a lost song, somewhere in the middle, I think.
Excellent. So it's just one of many songs on the new album, which is called Welcome To The Batlands. Yeah. Interesting story behind that. Where did the title come from?
The title, well, the word Batlands isn't really a word, I guess. There is a reason I came up with that word, but it probably takes too long to explain. Generally to me though, the term Batlands just sort of represents, I guess, different places or places that were maybe important growing up, or places that you carry with you sort of even when you leave them, sort of thing. And I guess all the songs in a way hone back into that.
So how long did it take then to get the album together?
I had the original idea for it in about 2014, I think, and there were a few attempts, but mostly just really rough demos that didn't really go very many places. it was only sort of this year where Daniel from Tim Manhart sort of just pulled me up and he was like, we're going to make this happen eventually. So I guess it's been 4 years since its inception, but really when we started it was only a few months to actually get it done.
So you've got the big launch gig coming up soon, haven't you?
Yeah, 6th of October in the Pavilion. It'll be me with a full band, so first time I'll be playing with a full band in a really long time, so I'm excited for that. And we'll have Sonja Sleator and John Andrews, who are both like, two of my favourite artists from here, supporting it, so it'll be awesome. Brilliant.
So was music something you always wanted to do right from a very early age?
Yeah, I think something creative at least. Music started with more of just I wanted to play guitar, and then after a few years of getting good at that, but then sort of plateauing and not getting any better, I found the words a little bit more interesting, so the songwriting came out, and after sort of a couple of years of doing that, in just sitting in the bedroom, I figured maybe play them live sometime, and that just hasn't seemed to stop yet.
So what kind of things inspire you when you're writing?
Honestly, literally everything. I have hundreds and hundreds of like notes in my phone just from things I'll have seen or heard, and sometimes you go back to them and they don't really make sense because you don't know what you were thinking of or looking at the time you saw them. But anything, just conversations I hear with people, like things you could see out in a walk. I mean, other music or other movies or anything like that can always spark something.
What about the music scene here in Belfast at the minute? How do you find it?
I think, don't get me wrong, there are definitely a few sort of creative collectives that I've seen recently that are quite inspiring to be around. On the whole, I think it's still fairly difficult to break through in any way. For example, the singles we've released already or are releasing, we're getting really decent play in sort of other countries and other cities. Lots of social media posts about them, but still seems to be a little bit hard to crack just here.
And how difficult is it to get an album out there at the minute?
Well, I mean, it depends how you look at it. It's not difficult to make it available, which is probably a lot easier now than it was a while ago. It can be on Spotify or you can put it on YouTube even if you want. The trick seems to be getting people to engage with it. So it's just about trying to make your social media posts engaging or doing little other video projects or anything you can to make it seem more interesting.
Okay, if people want to find out more information about you, how do they do that?
Pretty much any social media platform you want to have a go at, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, it's pretty much put a /Ethan Hanna at the end of the address, and you will find it there. There's some demos and covers on SoundCloud if you want to have a quick listen to stuff other than what's already been released before the album comes out. So sure. It's out there.
Okay, you're going to do one more before you go. What are you going to do this time?
I think this will be the second single we're releasing. It's called Proud.
And is there a story behind this?
Yes. Proud, I think, it's not the most candid title. Proud is a song, I think, where you realise who the people that have made you who you are, even if you hadn't always thought that was the case. And one day you sort of discover that you're maybe not as close to those people or reliant on them, but there's still a part of them there. And I think it's just about trying to honour those people in a way.
Great. Well, Ethan, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
You.
Cheers.
So here we go with Proud. Here is Ethan Hanna.
There's a playground handhold on a Polaroid sunset. Your eyes on mine now. Never forget. American Badlands, Silver City sun slip. All along the boardwalk, fall down but won't quit. Gotta make mama smile, get that to feel anything for himself. Proud's a word that's gotta come from deep in your chest. whisper summer, and I can smell its air. She tried to give me my heartache back. She thinks I don't care. You gotta make mama smile, get dad to feel anything for himself. Proud's a word that's gotta come from deep in your chest. And we take our dreams down to the river and wash them out. Try and see them a little clearer, darling. Ooh, ooh.
How about you come in and we talk this over? I can tell by the look on your face you're not through. And I don't want no complaints, no tears, don't bother. You'll not leave me like this, old love. And I just wanna say, no, we're not together. And I just wanna say, 'cause you know it's true. No, I'm not cruel like you. I just wanna say, no, we're not together. Go back where you belong to. There's a line on the street says you're hanging around. Crawled away from your side of the town. And I don't want no complaints, no tears, don't bother. You'll not leave me like this, oh love. And I just wanna say, no, we're not together. And I just wanna say, 'cause you know it's true. No, I'm not cruel like you. I just wanna say, no, we're not together. Go back where you belong to.
So that's a song called Ghost from Sonja Sleator, who joins us now in the studio. Sonja, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, good.
Tell us about the song. What's the story behind Ghost then?
So I wrote this song probably about 3 or 4 months ago. It came together quite quick. Actually, my guitarist Daniel had kind of written the main guitar tracks for it, and it was sitting on our computer for a couple of months. And I kept kind of going back to it. I just really liked what he had written, and then I formed the melody and stuff all around it. The basic lyrics and the story behind it is just kind of like moving on from maybe an old lover or something, and just kind of just getting over it and just moving on with your life and realizing, you know, there's better things out there. You'll learn and get more experiences and just moving on, really.
So it's one of your new songs, and you've got lots of new material out at the minute, haven't you?
I do, yes. So my new EP, Violent Strawberries, is out, and Ghost is the first title off it.
And how did you decide on the title then, Violent Strawberries?
Yeah, it was a strange one. I was just having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and we were just talking about crazy things, and he just came out and he was like, yeah, I was like, it was no plain vanilla, and I was like, no, it was like a violent strawberry, and it just, when we had that conversation, that title just, it always was in my head. It was like, that is a brilliant way to put what happened.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if that's ever, if I ever do another EP, I'm taking that. And he was like, that's fine. And I just really liked it, so I went
Great
with
title, and a great band name as well. You can imagine, the Violent Strawberries.
The Violent Strawberries, yeah.
Tell us all about you then, because you were here, I think, about 5 years ago, performing in the studio here, weren't you?
Yes, I was. That was basically when I'd kind of first was hitting the open mic scene, and I had a couple of songs that I wanted to get people to hear and kind of get my name out there. So from that, after I released, that was my first EP, and that was ID. From that, I went and did some traveling around America, and I started writing what would be my second EP, which was Adams. And I was off playing in Nashville, and was playing gigs in London. I was just trying to get out there more and get more life experience to keep writing new songs. And after that, I took a year out. So I released Adams last October, and this EP came together very quickly. I basically just sat down with the guitar and had 3 songs put together, plus the one that my guitarist had written, which was Ghosts. And I just knew that these 4 songs just sat really well. And I thought, I'll just hold off and see what I'm going to do. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go into the studio and I'm just going to get these down. I know exactly how I want these to sound, and they sound completely different than my last 2 EPs. And I have everything done now. I did it all within 2 months.
Brilliant.
And I'm happy with it. It was just there, I went for it, and it was done and dusted in 2 months.
So was music something you always wanted to do?
Honestly, no, it wasn't. Whenever I was younger, there were so many things I wanted to do. I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be an author, I wanted to be... there were so many things. I thought I'll be a fashion designer. I studied interior design, but I always fell back to music. I would give everything a go and then be like, no, I still want to do music. And I would always go back. And I studied music performance for 3 years. But after I did that, I then just got straight into work and then studied interior design. But I always ended up falling back to music. And I think as I got older, I realized that this is really where my heart lies. This is what I want to do.
So you've travelled all over the place. Where's the best places to visit and perform?
Oh, well, we played, myself and my guitarist played in a place called the Listening Room in Nashville, and that was really good because it did what it said on the tin. Everybody just listened. There was nobody talking over us. It was so nice, and I was on stage with 4 other musicians as well, and they all listened, and everybody kind of joined in at different parts. It was lovely. But then I was on tour in England in June, and I played at a bar called the Northern Guitars in Leeds, and it was just class. There was like guitars all over the wall.
Wow.
The audience was really nice, and it was just a really different kind of venue. I just really liked it there.
So what's the rest of the year got in store for you then?
So the next, basically we go on tour, and we leave on the 21st of September, and we are off to Slane and Galway and Limerick, and we're in Dublin, and I think we're in Strabane, and then the whole tour ends with me playing Hard Working Class Heroes in Dublin, and that's on the 29th of September.
And are you thinking about more material? Are you thinking about going back into the studio at some stage?
Yes, I think I will, but at the minute this EP is just dropped, it's just out,
Yeah.
so I want to promote it and get it going, and hopefully people might like this different kind of sound that I've got going. I suppose I'll find out.
Okay, well, if people like you and want to get more information on you, how do they do that?
So you can find me on all the social medias. So you can catch me on Facebook, just Sonja Sleator, or you can go to my website, which is sonjaslator.com. I think some of my stuff's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, SoundCloud. I'm on Instagram as well, it's just Sonja Sleator. And that's basically everything you need will be there.
Great, okay, you're going to do one more song before you go. What are you going to do this time?
I'm going to do Maya. It's going to be an acoustic version of what's on the Adams EP.
And is there a story behind this one?
There is, yes, but I think whenever you listen to the track, it's basically, my lyrics are basically everything it says. So as soon as you listen to the track, you will know yourself.
Brilliant, we look forward to it. Sonja, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So here we go, one more time. Here is Sonja Sleator.
It was pretty damn cold on that Saturday night, and I've been ringing everyone to see who was inside. I had smokes in my pocket and the keys in my hand, but in my mind nothing was planned. And I ordered up some pints as I sat down to hear you sing, and a couple sat opposite said some most amazing things. She said, my name is Maya, I'm from Dublin City, I have one or two things to tell you, one or two things to tell you. Two hours had passed and you came back over to me, and I had rolled a cigarette for you, oh so perfectly. You said, well, hey now, how did I do? But your praises are echoing through the room, and she's looking at me, says you gotta say to him, but Maya, you don't understand the mess that I am in. I would do anything for that boy, give him my right arm, but in his world I don't belong, in his world I don't belong. Tell me what to do, Maya, help me, but be careful with the truth. She said, yeah, 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 yeah,
longing for embrace of those big blue eyes and a smile on your face, and I know who I'm loving. I'm taking my time walking down the line, and the choices I make just so I'm fine. And I know to be careful, but I can't keep on loving you the way that my heart wants me to. 'Cause I know I will become scarred from you falling so deep into my heart. This is true. Yes, I'm just trying not to love you, and I'm just trying not to need you, and I'm just trying not to love you, love you, love you.
sight and can see the light, and I'll call your name out every night because I'm scared, and the fears I have, they push me back. Ain't nobody got any time for that. I'd rather be in your arms, and I cannot make mistakes. Yeah, the chances I get you, I have to take, because love ain't an easy thing to embrace. This is true. Yes, I'm just trying not to love you, and I'm just trying not to need you, and I'm just trying not to want your kiss all through the night and just stay up late and talk about our lives. It's true. I'm just trying not to love you. I'm just trying not to love you. I'm just trying not to love you. I'm just trying not to love.
So that's a song called Lost Love from Conor Maley, who joins me now in the studio. Conor, how are you, sir?
Not so bad, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Tell us about the song Lost Love. What's the story behind that?
It's a lovey-dovey song about a kind of a bad relationship, I suppose you could say. Trying to not love somebody that you do love, you know. It's I fell in love with my best mate and didn't want to. And that's kind of what the song says and talks about and all that kind of jazz, you know.
All right, so today we're kind of getting an exclusive from you because the material is not going to be available until next year, isn't that correct?
Well, yeah, early next year, early 2019, and then the whole year is just going to be flooded with my face and my name, hopefully, anyway. Yeah.
So what kind of things can we expect? Obviously then there's an album on the way.
Well, an EP, I think 2 or 3 singles and an EP, so we've been working really, really hard over the past 2 years actually.
Yeah.
Trying to get everything sorted, kind of finding my sound in a lot of ways. It's hard. As long as I've been doing this, I'm kind of new to the whole music thing, if that makes sense, the business side.
Yes, yeah.
And actually putting my name out there, I'm kind of new to that. I've been writing songs all my life, but ever since I won some songwriting competition, it helped a lot and kind of gave me that incentive to do what I want to do, you know, and that's songwriting and performing.
So how did it all start for you then?
I started writing songs when I was about 13, and I thought I was kind of good at it. So I was at house parties and stuff. I was always playing my tunes, and everyone was like, "Wow, they're actually okay." Like, yeah. So the people was giving me more confidence as I kind of grew up, and then I started this Facebook page, and I put up a video of a song called "Lost Boy," and people were like messaging me going, "You're really good. Like, thanks for that, Conor. Like, it really helped because it's a really personal song too." And it's amazing that I even did the video because I had really, really bad depression, and I was sitting in the house one day and I just felt terrible. So I was like, right, I'm going to do something productive, and I put up the video. And everyone, like, it didn't go viral or anything, but just people that I knew in my hometown were like, this is incredible, like, thanks, Conor. And I was like, that's great. So this competition came up, the JBL Eon One Take UK singer-songwriter competition, and I just put the video up, and it was like a vote-based thing, and I hounded everybody, and everyone was great and voted, got like 500 votes or something, but there was people getting like 10,000 and all, and I was like, oh god, but it was the top 20 got through anyway, and then you went to Dawson's Music.
Yes, yeah.
Or wherever you were,
wherever
the station was, and you played live, and you got to, the winner got to get produced by Steve Levine, who is the Culture Club's producer. Yeah. He produced Karma Chameleon and all, you know, he's big shot, you know. So they flew me over to London, worked in Strong Room Studios.
Brilliant, yeah.
Oh, it was like pure royalty, like pure like nice hotel and all, wouldn't let me pay for anything. It was really nice. It was just a great experience, and then from then I've just been working as hard as I can to get people to know me, you know, and get my name out there.
And has it been hard? Is it a hard struggle to get out there? Yeah.
It is so hard because like a great thing will happen, and then you'll be like, oh, this is great, and you have loads of momentum, and then you go for something and it doesn't work out, and you're like, oh, I was kind of relying on that. and it's big up here, like it's.
Yes,
but yeah, but over the years I've kind of worked on it, and I'm okay, but it's still really, really, really hard, you know. But I'll get there, you know.
Now, I'm detecting a Scottish accent from you as well.
Yeah. I was born in Scotland. My family's Scottish, the Scottish and the Irish. You know, it's just. I was born in Irvine Hospital, but lived in Truden for I think it was for a year and a half or something.
Right. Yeah.
But like my whole family's Scottish, and then we moved over to Letterkenny in Donegal, and that's kind of where I'm from. You know, that's my home. So big shout out to Letterkenny, you know. No, and then I moved up here when I was 16, I believe. Yeah, just turned 16. So I didn't have a chance to get any education or anything like that either. So I had to just jump into the essential skills, and I did music in BAMC, Belfast Met.
Right. Yes.
And that was great. That kind of laid out a wee foundation. I wasn't very good at the time, but no, that kind of gave me the thirst for it as well. It was always good.
What about music influences? Do you remember the first time you heard a song and you thought, wow, I want to do this?
I remember always wanting to do it. I used to sit in the car, like we used to go to Downings a lot. My gran had a caravan, so the family just used to go down, and I remember those trips down there and kind of just hearing the radio but going, those words, they're not good enough. Like, and this is me like 7, and I'd be singing, like obviously my words weren't good enough, like, but I'd change up all the words. And then I remember when I was like 15 one day, and I said to my brother, you know, I used to do this, and he goes, oh no, I heard you. So annoying. I was like, you hear me? And I had no idea, do you know what I mean? That was mad, because I thought I was invisible, do you know? I was just like, drawing me things on the window and singing songs. But that's kind of where I remember. But in terms of musical influences around Belfast and whatnot, there's a guy, Nathan O'Regan. I don't know if you know him, he is phenomenal. And then there's the Emerald Armada as well. Like, they are my 2 favourites. Yeah. I love them to death. Like, they're just fantastic. And seeing them do so well, especially within this community around Belfast, is fantastic, like, you know. So I kind of take inspiration from what the scene's doing, you know, that kind of way. Like, it's nice to see other people doing well.
And you think there is a good scene here in Belfast at the moment?
I think it could be better. There is a good scene. It's a very tight scene. Like, there's a lot of help going about, you know. Like, nobody's too big for anybody.
So what's the long-term ambitions then?
I want people to know my music and just feel something off it, you know. Like, I want to be able to like book a venue and know people are going to turn up and just want to hear what I'm saying, you know. Yeah. And that's me fine, you know. I just want to release my music, and if I can pay my bills, that'll be great.
And when you come to releasing next year, will you have a full band with you?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, we're working on the production, like, so I could do it with a full band, but I could also just get up and do it. So there's an element of band in the tracks as they're coming out, but there's no big massive production, like, because I am just a guitar and me. So we wanted to stay true to that as well. So there's not too much happening yet. But it doesn't take away from the unrealness of the song, you know. Yeah. So
you're going to do one more song for us. What are you going to do this time?
To Be Loved By You.
Is there a story behind this?
There is, yeah. Not as much of a sad story, I suppose. It's kind of a happy. I was really happy in my life, and it's kind of a representation of that. You know, it took me 7 minutes to write the whole song. Yeah, I sat with my guitar. I was lying in my bed in Donegal, and I was just so happy. And I was like, but it's not very often I write a song when I'm happy. Yeah. Like, it usually takes me to be in the gutter, and then I just write this song. And I'm like, all right, I feel a bit better. But I was just happy, and I was like, I feel a wee song coming on here, and I just started going for it, and it turned out nice. Like, yeah, it's a nice song. Yeah.
Brilliant. We look forward to hearing it.
Well,
Conor, thank you.
No worries, thank you.
So here we go. To Be Loved By You. Here's Conor Maley.
Look at you, I see you standing there with a beauty hard to bear. Your eyes shine just like a star, because you know you are. I've never been compared to anyone with hair, but I'm not trying to be anyone but me. And I've been making up a list of all the things to do, but the only thing I want in life is to be loved by you. To be loved by you. To be loved by you. You meeting me, you see how cute is he, then maybe we will see how this one is gonna work out. But you still have your doubts. I meet you and I just lose my cool. I try to see it, but I spray it. Now I look like a fool, but you still think I'm cool. And I've been thinking of a way to try and break the news that the only thing I want in life is to be loved by you. To be loved by you. To be loved by you. To be